What is up to everybody all across America and everybody all across this world? This video is dedicated to Little Durk and J. Cole. So, first let me tell this story. So I'm in the streets like manhole covers, basically. You know what I mean? Sewer grates, white lines, and manhole covers. I'm in the streets like that all day. You know what I mean? I might say every single day, but when I'm on the move, I'm in the streets. You know what I mean? And from coast to coast. You know what I mean? You know, Little Durk. I mean, I spent plenty of time in Southside Chicago, over in Oak Lawn, and that whole area over there. All that stuff. Humboldt Park and shit. What is that? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I've lived in many ghettos. I've ran, and spent extended periods of time in countless ghettos. And let me say this first. I mean, they have tripped everybody up, getting everybody to be rivals, and wear their heart on their sleeves, and rep the ghettos they're from and disrespect all the other ghettos. But in my opinion, man, it's all the same shit, man. It doesn't matter if you're coming from, Bed-Stuy, Brownsville, the South Bronx, Southside Queens, Hollis, Queens, Jonesboro, Arkansas, South Central Los Angeles, Aurora Boulevard in Seattle, or in Portland, Oregon, or Phoenix, Arizona, or San Diego, the Bay Area, Oakland, everything in between, and everything in between, NOLA, Baton Rouge, and everything in between. The ghetto is the ghetto, man. There's killers, There's killers in Southside Chicago, and there's killers in Jonesboro, Arkansas. That's facts. That's fact. Actually, some of the most, yeah. I had a girlfriend. She told me about Jonesboro, Arkansas. And then I went and checked it out, and I was like, damn, this girl's right, man. Jonesboro, Arkansas, that's some ghetto ass shit. That's poor people. Poor people. Poor. It makes Southside Chicago and Bed-Stuy look wealthy compared to how poor Jonesboro, Arkansas, and not just that, the southern poverty, man, that folks experience in the South, man. You know what I mean? And I remember she had told me this story about the first time she went there and remembered it. There was this house that, I don't know if she said a car hit it or something had happened where the whole house was opened up, and the family, I don't know, because insurance, they probably didn't have insurance. They literally had to put clear plastic. She said she sat there and watched this African American family threw the clear plastic on their house as they sat down and ate dinner, which is beautiful, but that's poor. That's poor. You know what I mean? Most of us ain't being viewed from the outside world because we can't afford new timber to rebuild our homes. You know what I mean? They had to put clear plastic up, and to whoever that family was, you know what I mean? God bless you. God bless you. I met that girl in '01 on a Greyhound bus. Basically knew I was going to be on the run from Phoenix, Arizona. And, I remember I linked up with this 5 Deuce Hoover Crip out of Detroit. Unpredictable. What's up, brother? What's up to Unpredictable out of Detroit? Yo, yeah. I hope you made it past them charges that you had, my brother. And I hope you're still alive today. Anyway, so, while I'm in the streets, man, I've kept hearing, as cars would pass by from time to time, all my life. But that's all I would hear. That's all I would hear. And I'd be like, yo, who made that track? Who made that track? And then yesterday, I'm out serving an obligation to the city of Newburgh. Much love to the city of Newburgh. You know what I mean? I wasn't born and raised in Newburgh, but my father broke his cherry in Bedford-Stuyvesant as far as, the first ghetto. His ghetto, Bed-Stuy, was my father's ghetto. You know what I mean? That was his hood. That was, where his heart was. Mine, Newburgh, you know what I mean? I'm not from there, but that's where, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm not going to go into all that, but yeah, that's where I broke my cherry with all that ghetto shit, you know what I mean? In my early 20s. And don't get me wrong, I've been in the hood a lot, but when I'm just talking about all out, you know what I mean? Just in it 110%, yo, you know what I mean? And, yeah, crazy. So, yesterday I'm sitting there on Broadway and Johnson, in between Johnson and Landers, and all of a sudden African-American brother rolling like a Tahoe, just dripping candy. You know what I mean? Just dripping. Back window open, just 12s and 10s of just the sickest stereo system that you could hear. Rims on that bitch. I mean, just straight up, you know, I mean, the man, you know what I mean? Like, got his shit tight as fuck. And, oh, my life. And I hear it, and there's like 20, 30 people. And I said, yo, after I'm sitting there just watching this dude go up Johnson Street, head north on Johnson towards like First and, you know, heading towards South Street, you know, going up that area. And, just watching homeboy, man, just, you know what I mean? And as soon as he's out of sight, I was like, yo, does anybody know who made that song? And people weren't even listening. So anyway, last night when I'm driving, I remembered, I was like, that song, and I couldn't remember the name of it. I was like, what is the hook? What is the hook? What is the hook? And all of a sudden it came to me, All My Life, and I typed that shit in. And for the first time last night, I heard the song that Lil Durk and J. Cole made. And yo, like, I don't have time to put my entire story out, and I don't want to. I mean, if you know what I mean. If you want to hear my story to J. Cole and Lil Durk, hit me up and we'll do that in person. You know what I mean? Because I want to hear your story. You know what I mean? I don't want nothing from you. I don't want no money from you. I don't want shit. I got my own shit. You know what I mean? I just want to hear your story, and I'd like to tell you my story someday. You know what I mean? God willing, it'll happen. You know what I mean? If it's meant to be. If it's not, it won't happen. You know what I mean? It's that simple. But anyway, so yo, the line about Lil Durk, like, yo, about the drugs, I refer to myself. I'm trying to better myself, get my health. And J. Cole, dude, that line that he wrote about all his dogs getting paid and dying from old age. I feel that, man. Dude, damn, homeboys that were like brothers to me. Holly Boy, Saavedra, Ezra Brown, Robert Milanin, Jody Amesqua. I could name Renee Sanchez, man. I mean, so many. I could just go on forever. I mean, Sherry Pruitt, Rosie, Remejo. I mean, all of them. I mean, I could keep going on. In 2019, I counted how many people, Ricky Mack. Fuck, man. How many people did I lose that were like family to me? My heart. You know what I mean? People that kept me alive. 33. I was sitting there laid up. I was in a motorcycle accident, bedridden for 10 months, just reflecting for the first time in my life. I'd walked away from all that. I was in the process of walking away from all that cartel shit and reflecting on my life. And I just lost my homeboy, Holly Boy, and Saavedra, both in 2019. And that was like gunshots to the head, man. I was like, what? Nah. Now that I'm finally, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, I'm getting my shit together because they had gotten their shit together. And, well, sort of. But anyway, Saavedra did for sure. But I was like, yo, I'm going to join my homeboys again. And then they just started they dropped, bro. And it was like, you know what I mean? And then I just buried my oldest best friend. Not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before down at Papa Vero's in Maspeth, Queens. Same place Gotti was laid out. Best dude on the face of this planet. Oldest homeboy that I had that never abandoned me and I never abandoned him. We never lost contact, and it was 2-hour conversations at least once a month. 3-hour conversations at least once a month, every month. And the last conversation we had, dude goes, he said, Miguel, he said, that's why I'm your fucking best friend. He's like, I fucking love you, brother. That's why I'm your fucking best friend. That's why I ride with you. That's what he made say. That wasn't his exact words, but that's what he was telling me. And I was like, ditto, my dude. Ditto. No fucking doubt. And that was the last conversation. A week later, I get notified. He's gone. Just like that. Yo. 3 days straight. You know what I mean? I don't cry for human beings when they die. I never did. Dogs, you know what I mean? A couple dogs I cried for. And yeah. And that ain't no place to be in life. You know what I mean? No. We should cry when we lose our homeboys and homegirls and our family members that we love with all our hearts. We should. But up until losing my homeboy Garrett Richard Herman, I couldn't cry. I mean, not like that and feel it, man, but that just like, I mean, this dude was the best. Right before he died, he took off time from work, to drive from New York, Long Island, New York, Queens, or sorry, no, Far Rock to Ohio. I think he said Cincinnati, maybe, or I think he said Cincinnati, to go help a total stranger just because one of the dudes that lived in his apartment that he was tight with knew that guy. That was my boy Gary Herman. His real name was Garrett Richard Herman, but that was my boy, and he was the absolute best, bro. Everybody loved him. Black dudes loved him. Boricuas loved him. Mexicans loved him. Everybody loved him because he was just a shit, bro. This dude was the coolest dude. You know what I mean? Like Andrew Dice Clay. You know what I mean? Just talk mad shit to everybody, but like in the best way, dude. You know what I mean? And, yeah, man, this world, there's only two people in my entire life that I was like, yo, this world is never going to be the same without them. Not that it can't be good, but it just will never be the same. And the first person was my grandmother, Margaret Kasha. And as a child, she was the only person that loved me unconditionally, that, didn't beat on me and didn't tell me I was worthless. And, all that, shit that comes with this life for some of us, you know what I mean? And I had to watch her between the ages of 7 and 9 wither away from colon cancer, man, and it just ravaged her. She went from like kind of being a little bit chunky to like 90 pounds. But the most beautiful thing about that was she refused to take the painkillers. And the doctors, when she was in the hospice for 6 months dying, they said, like, Margaret, you got to take them. You're suffering. And she was like, I don't got to do shit. When I meet my maker, I'm meeting my maker 110% sober. Clarity. That's how I'm meeting my maker. Then she went out just like that, a gangster. My grandmother was a gangster, you know what I mean? To suffer through all that pain and suffering with, I ain't going to run from it. I'm on fire, but I'm going to sit there until it burns out or I die. And that's what she did. And that's exactly why I'm going out too. But, and then the second person was my homeboy Gary, man. You know what I mean? 3 days straight, I cried, man. And I ain't ashamed to say that, dude. I'm proud to say that. I'm proud. If I didn't cry, that'd be dishonor. You know what I mean? That'd be dishonorable. You know what I mean? I love that dude that much. You know what I mean? Like, all my heart. And, to both of you, little Durky, Durky-O, and J. Cole. You know what I mean? Thank you. Thank you for putting positivity out there, man. And, making that song. I sincerely mean that with all my heart. Thank you very much, man. You guys made my day yesterday. Oh, that's like my theme song, bro. That's my theme song. I mean, hog-tied by the police and beaten till I was unconscious. Woke me back up and beat me unconscious again when I was 14 years old. 3 Phoenix police officers. You know what I mean? That's the type of things I've survived. You know what I mean? That wasn't the only time the cops tortured me. You know what I mean? And I come from a family NYPD. You know what I mean? 6 of them on the day I was born. Yeah, talk about hatred for corrupt cops growing up. Yeah, for real. When you watch your mother be beaten by a man in uniform, the things it does, you know what I mean? Like anger, hatred, rage. I was a vessel full of rage. Utter rage, you know what I mean? And I'm getting free from it. So, and your song helped me, you know what I mean? Thank you. Peace.